Find out about Juxtapose, a contemporary art exhibition coming to a mall near you very soon. Also, showbiz news on the way. First, Daniel Powter taking us to the news at the top of the hour. In the next hour of the programme, the Norwich School celebrating 100 years with a great big concert. Juxtapose, an art exhibition you will not want to miss. Plus, find out what Philip Schofield is hoping for in the final. Shocker. Find out who Fern Britton wants on her new show. Shocker. And find out what will be immediately released after the royal wedding. Shocker. Stay tuned, won't you?
On FM,
AM,
DAB digital radio
and online
at bbc.co.uk/Norfolk.
This is BBC Radio Norfolk.
Now that's Pink, of course, and Who Knew, or if you're in Norfolk, say Who Knew. At 17 minutes past 3, I want to introduce you to Chris Brazier and Leanne Goodall now, who are second-year fine arts students here in Norfolk. Is everything all right with you? You enjoying yourselves? Everything happy?
Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
You've got a bit of a big do coming on at the moment, which is the Juxtapose exhibition. We'll talk more about that in a moment or two. Where are you from? How long have you been here?
I'm from Nottinghamshire, and this is my second year in Norwich. So,
Yeah, I'm from Chelmsford in Essex. So.
What do you think of Norfolk then, the pair of you?
I love Norfolk. It's beautiful. Yeah.
Because there's always a temptation to stay. There are so many students, I must warn you, this may happen to you, you may get caught out. So many students come up to Norfolk, fall in love with the place, and end up staying.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that. I'm like wondering what I'm going to do.
Right,
yeah.
You're already thinking about it. Isn't that funny? It's just a lovely little vibe about the place, isn't there?
Yeah, there is.
What about back home? What about Chelmsford? Do you go back there very often? You're expecting me to take the mickey out of Essex, aren't you?
Yeah, I mean, the only way is Essex is not a good...
No. That was the last thing on my mind.
Sure, yeah.
So I lived in Chelmsford for about a year, and I thought the Chelmsford people were lovely.
Yeah.
Very helpful during a few disasters in my life, as it turned out. Leanne, what about you? Do you get back to Nottinghamshire very often?
Not really. I think I probably fell in love with Norwich so much. I stay here quite a lot. I only go home in the holidays, and that's not very often.
So do you get people coming to stay with you? You know, your family or friends? They come up.
I do. They come here because they love Norwich so much. Yeah.
Oh, that's a lovely compliment for the people of Norwich. So tell me what's involved with being a fine arts student. I mean, what sort of things are you studying? You're talking to a bit of an art simpleton. Well, just general simpleton, I think. Really.
Well, there's sort of, on our course, there's three main areas. There's sculpture, painting, and then printmaking and new media. I'm on the sculpture side, but I don't do sort of traditional sculpture. It's more sort of time-based temporary work with ice. So I sort of set up some kind of assemblage of some kind, put some ice in, and then it melts, falls apart, and it's sort of a durational kind of piece. So
it just it self-destructs in the warmth. Mm-hmm. Isn't that a little bit heartbreaking? Don't you feel like a hard day's work is then just like a paddle on the floor? Does that not worry you?
In some ways, yeah, but I like the whole kind of performative aspect, the idea of the event, and kind of the audience has to be there for that specific moment in time to see the work happen.
Do you take photographic evidence or a camera, video camera, and film it so you can show people? Actually, I did. Look, there it is. There's a picture of it.
I'm sort of experimenting with different ways of documenting it. I mean, when I first started first year, sort of hundreds and hundreds of photographs of sort of a couple of hours. More recently, I have been moving into video. I mean, one of the video pieces is on display in Juxtapose, the exhibition. So
I love moving pictures now as art exhibits. It's just opened up. Technology is just a wonderful thing. It's opened up a whole new area of art. And what about you, Leanne? What are you specialising in?
I'm based in print and new media, but I work a lot with photography. My work focuses on memory and I guess the lack of it in a way. Mine's also kind of time-based in some elements because I work a lot with chemicals. One tutor said it was a recipe for explosives. Hopefully not. But yeah, I destroy the image and then I redevelop it in chemicals and the image comes back through like metal rusting. So the images come back and then I display the images again. And it's all about to do with how you recollect memories or how you don't, and how they get distorted over time.
Yeah, a lot of people who think they've got bad memories. I mean, I think that I have a pretty bad memory. I always have had since I was a boy. It's not nothing about the ageing process, but what it is, I think, is just things that you don't deem as being interesting or important just don't stick.
Yeah.
That's the thing, which is probably why I didn't do quite so well as I should have done at school. So have you discovered that yourself with your work so far?
What, with my memory or just
working? Well, both really. But your memory, you remembered to turn up here today, which is a good start. But I mean, in life in general and in your work.
I guess so. I've kind of learnt though that like through discussions that memory, it never like kind of leaves you in a sense. We just can't access it as well as we used to. So
that's a good way of putting it, I think.
Yeah. It's still there. It never goes. You just have trouble accessing the memory.
I suppose it's like having a huge cupboard full of videotapes and you can't remember where you put them.
Yeah.
You don't know what's on them. I suppose it's a little bit like that. But I have found though, well, I think we all do at all different stages of life. Suddenly there'll be a record, a song, a piece of music, or there'll be a smell, something cooking, for example. Trigger. Just a little something that'll take you back there. And do you use the traditional film developing and film processing chemicals?
No, I don't. See, that's kind of like where people say I probably should be using film developing, but I used like old photographs, like found photographs. Yeah. But then I see my work as kind of giving them a platform back in today's society, like into a contemporary world, so using digital photography to then put these old images that possibly were forgotten or left abandoned back into contemporary society, so they have a new home.
Oh, sounds brilliant, because the old chemicals, I got rather hooked on them when I worked in the film processing department at BBC East many moons ago. I don't know if you could get high off them, probably not. Is that people used to buzz down on the intercom and say, "Is that film processing?" "Yeah, man, yeah." Ooh. Yeah, it used to be quite a terrifying machine we used to work with there. We used to do 16mm film, and if you didn't get the film off in time, or it snapped in the machine, you were up a certain creek. Not beginning of it short time. Tell us about Juxtapose, how it came together and where we can see it.
Well, I guess Juxtapose is probably born from me. As part of our course, we have to go off and source our own exhibitions during the second year. So I kind of went off, emailed a few places, and the Castle Mall got back to me. And we're going to be exhibiting in there. And I invited a bunch of fellow students to exhibit with me.
Tell me a bit about some of the works we can see. I can see some small pictures of some of the things you've got going on there, but that's you need to be there to see it, don't you? What have you got?
Well, the whole point of the exhibition is that it's a juxtaposition of different practices. I mean, there's 13 of us, and we're all doing really different things. I mean, I've got sort of small wax sculptural forms, whereas Lara's doing collage with sort of old masters paintings, and then Lucy's sort of doing wood engravings. So it's all kind of... There's no real definite tangible link or theme between all the pieces, but that's what we like about it. I think it sort of makes it open to interpretation. The audience can make their own links, and what we like about the Castle Mall is that we're going to reach a much wider audience than we're used to, so we get a huge variety of people.
Bigger public domain, I think. Where we're exhibiting elsewhere, it's a little bit out of the way.
Yeah, I see what you mean, because some people may ordinarily not actually go along to an art exhibition or an art gallery, which is a great shame, because they always imagine it's somebody else who does that sort of thing. So here you're going to get all and everyone.
Yeah.
Even a bits of rough like me walking past every now and then. I can see some examples on the brochure you've given me, and one that stands out. There's a picture of quite a posh, from a Georgian or Victorian building, a blue door with sort of an ornate arch over the top and steep steps running up. I mean, is that a picture, or is that an actual model?
That's a miniature sculpture by Lisa Harold. I mean, a lot of her work is sort of miniature forms. They kind of look cute from the outset, but when you get closer, they become more sinister. The sort of CSI influences and sort of murder scene kind of things going on. So I'm not sure if it's that particular one, but she did do a staircase before where there was sort of a handbag at the bottom with a couple of sort of a snapped heel off a shoe and then blood stains and things like that.
Yeah, it's starting to worry me now. I might just sort of call it a day there. Chris and Leanne, so it starts when?
Monday the 28th of March until Saturday 2nd of April. There's a private view on Tuesday 3 till 5.
I'll come along and give you
everybody come along.
Yeah. It's good to see you guys coming out to see everybody else and just to put your work out there so we know what you're getting up to. We keep an eye on it, so to speak. Great to see you, Chris and Leanne. Come and see us again. Keep us up to date with whatever you're doing. Enjoy the rest of your course.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thanks very much. We'll have a look at the roads in just a mo.